Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Saturday night edition of AirVenture's Night Air Show. We're just moments away from the jumpers stepping out of the plane, and tonight's show will be underway officially. Like I told you before, there's lots of excitement to come, and it's coming your way very quickly. Look high overhead at Twin Beech with the Patriot parachute team aboard. They're at 6,000 feet, directly overhead. We'll watch for the jumpers away. The jumpers are away. We see three good shoots, now we see four. The jumpers tonight are Pat, who's going to bring down the tandem. Justin and Matt will be on the flag, and Isaiah Maring will be flying video. Pat's an active duty naval officer, entered the Navy in September of 2010. He's consistently humbled by the dedication and patriotism demonstrated by those he continues to serve with. Justin Gonzalez, we get a little bit of adrenaline and risk factor by jumping into events, and that's really what military members need and miss. We live for raising awareness for veterans, transitioning into civilian life, and inspiring the next generation to do great things and never quit. Isaiah, the lead jumper, after the events of September 11, 2001, he decided to do his part in protecting the American way of life. Enlisted in the Navy and spent his entire 9-year career on a SEAL team, deploying in support of the global war on terror and Operation Iraqi Freedom. And Matt is retired from the Air Force, having started and ended his career at the U.S. Air Force Academy, the Air Force parachute team, the Wings of Blue. After graduating, he served 4 years as a Combat Control Team Special Tactics Officer before attending pilot training and going on to fly the F-15C Eagle, F-4 Phantom, Global Express, and Twin Otter. He now flies for a major airline. That is your Patriot parachute team for this evening. And again, these guys will be coming down with pyro after dark. Look high above, I believe the American flag is out. They have a rather unique way of bringing the flag down between two jumpers. The Patriot Parachute Team is a veteran-owned and operated company. As veterans, they've signed on the dotted line to serve and protect our country. On the team, they continue to serve by performing exciting shows around the nation to inspire our next generation of patriots. And ladies and gentlemen, if you would please stand and remove your hats, prepare to join us in our national anthem. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The air show is underway, and a great big round of applause for the Patriot Parachute Team. They've just handed the airspace to the Air Force for the Heritage flight, and momentarily their narrator is ready to take over. I believe the Air Force is about ready to have it. The airspace is there, as the Air Boss is saying. keep your eyes on the sky. That P-51 and F-22, the heritage flight for this evening. And again, it's going to get a little bit noisy around here. And again, we'd like to thank GE Aviation for sponsoring the night air show. And again, a reminder of no smoking allowed on EAA grounds. This includes e-cigarettes. Smoking and airplanes just don't mix. What a great way to spend a Saturday evening with a few thousand of our closest friends. Right now, I'm going to hand it over to the United States Air Force. Gentlemen, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take a moment to describe the history of what you're about to watch. In 1997, the leaders of Air Combat Command assembled a select group of retired and military civilian performers to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the United States Air Force. In 2010, the United States Air Force Heritage Flight Foundation joined with the United States Air Force to keep this popular program flying. From this gathering was born the Heritage Flight, a unique visual representation of the Air Force history from the days of the Army Air Corps to the present. What started out as a one-time event has grown in popularity and demand, and now Heritage flights are performed in air shows and special events in the United States and around the world. Please turn with me now and watch as the rare formation approaches from the right.
Served their country in the sky with a grateful heart and watchful eye. We remember, and may the faithful proud machine sword of freedom on their wings be given the honor such a burden brings, and we so that all who see them will know that their freedom was won by the blood that flowed and
Flying in formation today is three P-51 Mustangs, flown by retired Major General Tommy Williams, Mr. Jim Beasley, and Mr. Andrew McKenna, and an Air Force F-22 Raptor, flown by Major Paul Loco Lopez.
through hostile skies. Know that freedom requires a sacrifice.
We would like to dedicate today's Heritage Flight to all the military veterans and attendants whose sacrifices over the years have helped preserve America's freedom. We hope you have enjoyed watching this rare formation of classic and current United States Air Force aircraft on our journey from heritage to horizon. Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Air Force's Heritage Flight. We hope you've enjoyed watching and taking pride in this rare display of over 70 years of air power heritage. Let's give it up for the P-51 drivers. Retired Major General Tommy Williams, Mr. Jim Beasley, and Mr. Andrew McKenna. The Raptor's advanced flight controls, combined with its powerful engine, allows the F-22 to pull more than 9 times the force of gravity. Watch from the right as the Raptor demonstrates its tight turn capabilities with a minimum radius horizontal turn, then powers straight into the vertical. Then watch as Major Lopez changes his direction with the amazing J-turn reposition. The firepower of the Raptor comes in any combination of 8 missiles and up to 8 precision satellite-guided bombs. The F-22 is the first supersonic, multi-role, and highly agile stealth fighter with a fully internal combat weapons load. Ready your cameras as the Raptor banks in from the left and cycles its weapons bay doors. Folks, if you ever wonder where those bombs and missiles hide, here is your answer. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to dedicate this pass to the men and women of our armed forces and their families. We would also like to remember our wounded warriors and veterans in attendance and those who have given their lives defending this great nation. This will be your best photo opportunity, so get your cameras ready to capture this salute. Now, from behind the crowd and over your right shoulder, the F-22 Raptor proudly presents the dedication pass.
Yeah, we went out, 21 guns, blazing, that's one hell of a name. That's the only way to go. Fighting the good fight till the good Lord calls you home. So beware, my friend, till I see you again. Yeah, this is our last goodbye. It's a hell of a day, man. Doctor said he ain't got long. He just smiled, said, bring it on. If you think I'm scared.
The F-22 slow speed handling characteristics are phenomenal. Watch now as Major Lopez repositions the aircraft to crowd right, reduces the power, slowing the Raptor down to less than 90 knots and loads up on a high angle of attack. After the pass, you'll once again feel the raw power of the jet as Major Lopez light those afterburners. Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, the Raptor's slow speed pass.
Yeah. You can see it in her walk. You can hear it in her talk, yeah. She's the one that I've been searching for. She got me working for her. Yeah, and I'm working, yeah. Cruising downtown, yeah, the inner city. Got the sun that's shining and my boys here with me. All the pretty girls, yeah, we tell them hello, but they moving like they like to yellow. Never understanding all the run and make a lay, you know. It's like the anorexico is worried about the way, you know. Take it slow, throw me back one more. Yeah. I'm flying high, baby, you're so low. Jump in my ride, and then we'll go. Let's go for a drive. We'll move real slow. I'm flying high. Won't you be mine? Yeah. Baby, you should come on in and talk about it. Where you from, what you done, I wanna know about it. We could bottle up, bottle down, then run the whole line. Ice in the cup with the big line. I'm talking 20/20 view at the new ride. LEDs lighting up the inside. Where we gon' need a travel guide. Stick shift, baby, I'm qualified. Cause the way we walk, the way we talk might not be the same, and I know you gotta wear your crown. Let me introduce you to my sound. Well, welcome to the underground. You just caught my eye, and I wanna know how you look so fine. Can't let it go. Oh, let me my sound. Welcome to the underground.
The F-22 possesses the capability to reach speeds and altitude that makes it virtually untouchable, even without using its afterburners. Accelerating from 90 to over 600 knots, Loco will now reposition for a high-speed pass, showcasing just a fraction of their aircraft's supercruise and full-speed capabilities. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for Freedom's Thunder on a high-speed pass. That was fast! The F-22 will now set up to perform a Hoover pitch. This maneuver is a double knife edge, separated by an inverted tug, followed by a pitch in preparation for landing. This will be another great opportunity to capture the Raptor on your cameras during our demonstration. Ladies and gentlemen, named after the late legendary Baba Hoover, the Raptor's Hoover pitch.
Bringing daylight to the night. Death is riding in the town with armor. Make up the take all your rights. After the king. After the world. Kneel to the crowd. Stand in the sun. After the king. Blood is spilled by holding keys to the throne. Born again, but it's too late to
Ladies and gentlemen, that was actually the mid-radius turn, not the late legendary Bob Hoover maneuver. My bad. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would look to your right, now Loco will perform the Hoover pitch.
As I crawl through dirt and mud, I'm surfing under in the grave of life that was a song. I'll turn my back on everything. I search for different memories. Laying down with you. Above land, the circle lay. The vultures want what's left of me.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, Major Paul Loco Lopez with the stiff pitch.
Until the world goes cold. Until the world goes as I build my house so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's demonstration. We hope you have enjoyed this brief display of only a fraction of the F-22's full combat capability. As a key component of the most capable Air Force the world has ever known, your F-22 Raptors are ready to defend our nation's skies and dominate the battle space anywhere on the globe. ready to aim high, fly, fight, and win. As proud members of Involved Volunteer Air Force, we hope our performance has inspired you to serve your country alongside the professional men and women you see here in action today. Either flying in the cockpit of an F-22 or on the ground, guaranteeing its readiness to fight. Please speak with any member on any Air Force demo team or your local Air Force recruiter. These Air Force warriors will answer any question you have and help you set your course for an amazing Air Force career. You can reach us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at F-22 Demo Team. On behalf of the United States Air Force, the Commander of Air Combat Command, General Mike Holmes, and all the men and women of Air Combat Command, thank you for your attendance. Thank you for your patriotism. And most of all, thank you for your support.
And a big round of applause for the F-22 Raptor team for their performances in the air and on the ground all week long. We cannot thank your great team enough for being here. What a week, what a great bit of excitement, and capturing the latest and greatest of the Air Force's F-35 in the air. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, in the air is Julie Clark. She's flying the Tempest High Energy Spark Plug Special, the T-34. There is a script about Julie Clark, but I'm going to go completely off the script because it is with a bit of sadness and a bit of joy that I announce to you that this will be Julie's last flight, her finale flight at Oshkosh. She will complete the remainder of the season, probably ending up in November, but early this year she announced that after 4 decades she is going to retire. She is a most extraordinary young lady, talented beyond belief. Combining an airline career as one of the first females in the cockpit with a career traveling with air shows. Her airplane is visible directly overhead. Along the way, just 1 year ago, she was the recipient of the highest award given in the air show industry, the Sword of Excellence. As you can see, her lights are on. Very soon we'll go to the cockpit as I'm choking up a little bit, overcoming tragedies in her adolescence that would devastate you and I. It only made this determined young lady even stronger. Unique, one of a kind, patriotic, fun, and artistic. Recipient of the Bill Barber Award for Showmanship for all of those reasons. The airplane is a T-34. She bought it sight unseen many, many years ago, went to Alaska, picked it up, flew it home 2,900 miles to Northern California, did all of the restoration herself, and it is a thing of beauty. Patriotic paint scheme, 24-karat gold valve covers underneath the cowling in the engine compartment. So you watch the grace, finesse, artistry of this aerial ballerina. And you and I will say, thank God for such people, such inspiration, not only to any human, but also to the young children, but especially the young females who need a female role model. Julie Clark never shirked giving autographs or greetings or hugs to the children after her show, no matter how long after the show it took till the last person was satisfied and the last adult and child was inspired. Julie now setting up for a maneuver known as reverse Cuban 8, first pulling up to a 60-degree angle, rolling upside down, and then changing direction. From there, the nose will come up, rolling the airplane once, twice, 3 times, and the 4-point hesitation roll. Now, as she climbs to prepare for her next sequence, we're going to go live to the cockpit to talk to Julie. Julie Clark, it's Danny. How do you read?
Hey, my darling, I read you loud and clear on my final farewell here at EAA Oshkosh. I been here 41 years, and I want to bid a very fond farewell. How are you?
Well, at this point in time, I'm so inspired, I wrote you a poem with your okay. May I recite it?
Of course, I'd be honored.
Okay. To the blue of the skies, to the blue of your plane, to the blue of your eyes, Julie Clark, you look marvelous.
Danny, darling, I love you, and thank you for that. I am known as Green Eyes, but I'll accept the Blue Eyes as the Swedish gal that I am. And I'm going to let the smoke clear a little bit, and Danny, thank you. Thank you so much. I want to tell everyone here a fond farewell. It's been a great run. I've always had a front row window seat in every job. And my heart in the sky tonight goes to all the great Airshow fans out there. Of course, to all our veterans. And I want to make a special dedication to all our men and women in blue and black who keep us safe on our own soil. God knows we have a rough world. And folks, so my heart tonight to all the men in blue and black, the CRRs that are protecting us tonight, and our veterans. Here we go, and all you Airshow fans, I love you and farewell.
We love you. All right, from the right, the smoke will be on, and Julie's special dedication to each and every one of you, Julie's Heart in the Sky. There it is, your special give. Give Julie a big round of applause. Now, Julie has asked me to say nothing further as she flies her personally choreographed routine to God Bless the USA. This is Julie's tribute to our United States of America. Let's just listen and watch.
Were gone, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Now from the Immelman, while upside down, without looking outside, she lowered the landing gear and will be coming back in. Folks, due to the very tight nature of our schedule tonight, you may see the air bosses launch another aircraft or bring them in. But while we have time, as Julie lands, always after every performance, I don't care what town it's in across the country, how many years she has been doing it. Once on the taxiway, she will slide open the canopy and display the American flag as she taxis in. That is her signature arrival back to the ramp. So many awards, the Wright Brothers Award, the Catherine Stinson Award, the Amelia Earhart Award. It goes on and on and on. And for you folks far and wide, coast to coast, you may see Julie continue to commit to her bookings at air shows, but this will be the finale for Oshkosh after many decades of great service. So now Red Bull time as we get ready to turn it over with the Red Bull helicopter in the air to Steve Buss.
Thank you, Danny Clisham. We're going to have a little fun right now with the Red Bull Air Force. And they are just taking off in that helicopter that's circling above. And we're going to see a couple of things happen in just a minute here. You're going to see three gentlemen depart that helicopter in squirrel wingsuits. That's right, not just parachutes. They're going to actually fly back down here to Oshkosh. Rainer Wilker is the pilot in command, and we're going to find out more about him in just a little bit, because after he kicks out the jumpers, he's going to do a little aerobatic display in a helicopter. That's right, a helicopter. Probably something you've not seen before. There we go. Our first jumper is away. That's Luke Akins. His first skydive was at the age of 16, and he's now logged 18,000 jumps. Mike Swanson from Vermont will be our second jumper. And Andy Farrington from Seattle, Washington. He's a third-generation skydiver. He has 25,000 jumps under his belt. By the way, Luke is probably best known for Project Heaven Sent, where he jumped from 25,000 feet without a parachute. He can hear you as he's coming in for a landing. Give him a big round of applause. Now watch high overhead once again. You can see the flashing lights on the Red Bull helicopter. Jumper number 2 on the way. There he is.
buddy, that's his own head. The little faggot got his own jet airplane. The little faggot, he's a millionaire. We got to install microwave oven, custom kitchen delivery.
And just touching down, Mike Swanson from Vermont, owner of Skydive Truckee in Tahoe. Give him a big round of applause, the Flying Red Bulls. And now our third jumper is out. Andy Farrington, he is a third-generation skydiver from Seattle, Washington. As I mentioned, 25,000 jumps. He's a two-time champion at the Red Bull Aces wingsuit races.
Hawaiian noises, he's banging on the bongos like a chimpanzee. Oh, that ain't working. That's the way you do it. Get your money for nothing, get your chicks for free. We got to install microwave oven, custom kitchen.
Well, we've just been told they're having a little trouble closing the door on the helicopter, so he can't do any aerobatics for us tonight. But Reiner is one of the best helicopter pilots in the world, flying the VO-105 helicopter. He joined the Flying Bulls in 2005, and we refer to him as the father of helicopter aerobatics because he solely developed the helicopter program as we know today. And he's also trained every aerobatic helicopter pilot, the VO-105, including Siegfried Blackie Schwartz, Chuck Aaron, Mirko Flame, Aaron Fitzgerald, and Felix Baumgartner. And that's our Red Bull presentation for this evening. And now, inbound from your right is the Aeroshell team. Dave Keim, take it away.
I'm here, Steve. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't think this mic's on. Is the mic on? Okay, here I am. Alan, tell them all about it, buddy.
Barnstormer loop. I think we're having a little microphone problems. All right, up over the top, down to about 100 miles an hour. Make it look easy. Now they're going to swing around, big old right turn, come back with a diamond barrel roll.
I think we got this one working now, too, so we can both talk.
Yep.
I'm sitting here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to be sitting with Mr. Alan Henley, the gentleman that designed this act. He's going to tell you more about it. Have at it, Alan.
All right, here comes the barrel roll. Boy, they make it look easy. All right, now they're going to exit out to the right. They're going to reposition to come back into a downward bomb burst.
You know, I think that's one of the prettiest maneuvers you guys put together. And everybody needs to get those cameras ready, don't they?
Yeah, this will be really pretty. Right at the apex of the loop, they'll turn the smoke on, and then they'll call break, and it really gets really interesting.
Indeed, it does. It's a very pretty picture in the sky. High and to the right. Get those cameras rolling, folks.
They make a good use of that Aeroshell engine oil.
Keeps those big 1340s running, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've been doing this 34 years and never had any kind of an oil failure of any kind.
That says a lot.
All right, a little bit of a left turn, up over the top. Ready, smoke now. Ready, break. Here's your Aeroshell downward bomb burst.
Still a beautiful maneuver. Tell them who's going to come in here now. I know they're going to be inbound doing some things.
Okay, and then we got Steve Gustafson from the left, Brian Reagan from the right, inbound to do the opposing loop.
They're probably meeting at what, about 300 mile an hour?
Yeah, it's probably more like 400 mile an hour closure. So they get up about over 200.
That's not a time to make a mistake.
Exactly. All right, now my brother Mark in the lead on the right with Jimmy Fordham behind him. They're going to come in and do a big old tall loop.
My country, 'tis of sweet land of liberty, of the high sea.
Doing the snap roll. I never know what they're going to do. They changed this.
Yeah, they didn't do that the other night, and you thought they were going to.
I know, and then they did. Now they. No,
That's the life of an announcer, my friend. You're learning.
Yep. Anyway, now they're setting up. They're going to come in. There's two groups of two. You've got Mark and Jimmy in the front, and then Brian leading Steve on the second element. They're doing about a 200 mile an hour entry speed. Well, what do y'all think so far?
The man said what y'all think so far. Let's hear it. That's more like it.
All right, now the guys are in a big right-hand turn. They're going to move and shuffle around a little bit and come back into a finger four formation to do the finger four slide.
This isn't real easy to do, is it?
Especially for Jimmy. He has to really work at this one.
Changing formations in the middle of a barrel roll, folks. Keep your eyes on the team.
Let mortal tongues away. Let all
He's setting up a little bit more of a right turn.
let rocks their silence break.
Nose coming up. Ready and roll.
Our Father's God to thee.
Now that one they made look too easy.
They make it look very easy.
Coming out of the finger four, ending up in a diamond formation in the middle of a barrel roll.
Long may our land be bright with freedom's holy light. Protect
All right, they're going to come in and show you the bottom of the airplane. Aeroshell sign on the bottom of the airplane.
You know, right now, I think we're going to introduce the next generation here into the family. Let's, how about daughter Skylar is going to tell us about some of the sponsors.
We have Aeroshell, Honda Generators, Champion Aerospace, Kimmel Aviation Insurance, Fagan Incorporation, Aero Leads, CJ Aviation, which is celebrating their 30th year in business, Younkin Aviation Engines, Higher Power Hydraulic Doors, Aspen Avionics, Lincoln Welders, Bose Headsets, Aircraft Spruce, Goodyear, Concord Batteries.
Good job, Skylar. That's your first time on the mic,
I
folks.
think we're going to be out of a job.
I know. I was afraid you were putting me out of a job. Now your daughter's doing it, man.
All right, now they're inbound from the right at about 200 miles an hour. They're going to do a big old loop. And now they'll execute a Cuban 8 break. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But this is really tricky. They have to maintain that separation all the way around.
Now, I know this sounds like a silly question. You guys put out so much smoke. Do you ever lose each other in the smoke?
We actually have, when it's dead calm, it gets so smoky. We'll actually sometimes have to stop and let it kind of dissipate a little bit.
Okay, well, that's the truth anyway.
All right, inbound for the rat race loop. Maintaining separation at night is really a challenge. Now they're going to execute a big left-hand wing over and come back for a barrel roll. This is actually a lot of fun to do. It's just a big tail chase.
Yeah. I tell you what, it sure is beautiful at night, too. With all those lights and the smoke at night, it's a beautiful, beautiful act.
Now they all execute half Cuban off on the right end, and that'll set them up. They'll come in for a big barrel roll. That's pretty. They got a big old thunderstorm in the back.
Yeah, he's about 30 miles away from here, moving to the southeast, so it's not a problem, just a little added effect for us.
Exactly. Now, this is what we call putting the gear up. You extend the gear while they're inverted. All right, they're setting up to land, and we'll give NASCAR a run for their money.
Yes, sir. We surely will. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know the story. Mr. Alan Henley sitting here is the guy that founded this team, choreographed these maneuvers. Due to unfortunate circumstances, he's no longer able to fly, but he can fly this microphone. He's been telling you about it tonight. He's a true hero of this business. Everybody loves him. If you'd like to meet the man behind the team, right here to the left of the announcer's stand, on the floor, I'm sitting right beside him. Come up and tell him hi and thank you for the fine job he's done for these many years. Alan, as always, it is a pleasure, my friend.
Well, thank you.
And now we got to go. Now we got to go to your daughter. Let her finish her job.
We have Strong Parachutes, Jepson, Gency Autopilots, Flight Helmets, Desser Tire, Trade Plane, Rapco Aircraft Parts, Plane Power, Altimeter, John 360 Coating, Hooker Harness, ACF 50, JPI Instruments, L3 Communication, Aerospace Cardiology, PS Engineering, and ICOM.
Good job, Skylar. The other night she was so afraid to touch a microphone, I didn't know she was going to do this. She's been practicing and did a great job. That's a wonderful thing. I'm telling you, the new generation's getting us, buddy.
I know, they're going to put us out of work.
Now, you're talking about NASCAR. What are we doing here now?
Well, the guys are going to come up here and kind of show how much they appreciate y'all sitting here and watching everybody fly. Oh, they're all going to get up here in the throat, and we'll line them up.
Well, you know, you've all seen burnouts from NASCAR or drag racing, and they're going to see some dandy burnouts right here. But you know what? Not a tire will be harmed.
Yeah, we've got a thunderstorm to the south, but now we'll have a thunderstorm at Show Center. And there you have it.
Keep your eyes open. Those canopies will come open. The guys are going to stand up and
Guys
wave.
are going to stand up, but they can't hear you, so everybody flash your phone at them.
Yeah, flash your phones, folks.
They'll know how much you like it.
How about that? Now, folks, once again, let's give it up for Aeroshell Aerobatic team, my buddy Mr. Alan Henley and Skylar Henley. How about it? Let's give them a great big round of applause.
And in the background, Randy Ball with his MiG-17 in full afterburner, lighting up the nighttime sky. Randy Ball brought to you this week by Goodyear Aviation Tires, AIA Aircraft Insurance, and Air Wisconsin. A man of great renown, by the way. I was so happy at our mandatory performers safety briefing today. I went to say hi to Randy, and I met his father, who is here this weekend. So a salute to you, Mr. Ball. You've done a great job with this young man. And you already knew this, but now you know why he's never home on the weekends from March to November. In addition to performing across North America at air shows every year, Randy Ball has been proud to call Air Wisconsin Airlines a home as a professional pilot for the past 20 years. He is Captain Randy Ball. He's been recognized as a distinguished airline pilot at Air Wisconsin. He would like to invite current and aspiring pilots, aircraft mechanics, or if you always wanted to be a flight attendant, to join him. If Air Wisconsin hires you as a new pilot, you will be eligible for a signing bonus of $57,000. Mechanics are also eligible for a new hire bonus, so visit Air Wisconsin Airlines to learn more about how you really take off and become part of this nationwide dynamic team of airline professionals simply by visiting on the World Wide Web, fly the number 4 AW, as in airwisconsin.com. That's fly the number 4 AW.com. And by the way, tomorrow, Randy and Aaron will be at the Air Wisconsin booth. It is 9 o'clock to 10:30 a.m. and it's booth Charlie 15 and Charlie 16. All right, now, the MiG-17 is the next step from the MiG-15. This tight circle that you see Randy Ball doing is part of his routine at each and every show. It is as tight a diameter as an F-16, the type of aircraft used by the Thunderbirds, from an airplane that came out in the late 1950s from the Soviets. Randy Ball is loaded with jet demonstration time. If he is not the highest time jet air show pilot, he is very close to it. Over 1,300 performances since he began. An amazing 1,500 hours in this Soviet afterburning MiG-17. Now the improvements the MiG-17 had over the first generation swept wing fighter, the MiG-15, was the wings were swept back further to a 45-degree angle at the wing root, and then actually came forward out at the tip of the wing to 42 degrees. 3 strakes were across the top of the wing and an added ventral fin. All right, low and to the right, streaking across the sky. Just off the deck, get a load of Randy Ball. Light him up, Randy. Looked like a shooting star into the sky. All right, we got that. From Randy, he's radioing down. He said, this is his high-speed pass. Now, the other night we were all here, and Randy streaked across the sky, and he was telling us it was 92% of the speed of sound. Just under the point when you get in trouble by breaking the windows. All right, low and to your left, this is the streaker. Randy Ball, Air Wisconsin. Get a load of this for nighttime Oshkosh fun. Speed, you got it.
9-1.
Randy radioed into us Mach 912. That was the target area. More action. Randy in the air. Chris Darnell on the ground. Alan Mitchell on the microphone, lighting up the sky. Alan, rock and roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, a team forged in air show and drag racing history. The House of Horsepower proudly presents the world's fastest semi, Shockwave. One more pass by Randy Ball, coming right back down the runway. I got to tell you, I was just as shocked as everyone else to see Randy coming up behind Shockwave right there. How about a big hand for the MiG-17 and Randy Ball?
All right, well, we're going to change things up a little bit and slow things down just a little bit because, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, since 1903, airplanes and fire have been mortal enemies. But tonight, Bob Carlton brings them to a snarling truce on board the SubSonex microjet airplane. With speeds of over 250 miles per hour, hundreds of lights, and more than 100 aerial pyrotechnic devices, all attached to the wings of the aircraft, Bob will light up the night sky with a jet-powered aerial ballet. The SubSonex microjet Bob is flying is the first of its kind. It's the first micro airplane designed from its conception to be powered by a small jet engine. And it was built right here on the field at Oshkosh at Sonex Aircraft. Bob was a test pilot during the development of the SubSonex and would like to thank everyone at Sonex for the incredible opportunity to be part of developing this amazing jet aircraft. And Sonex has just announced that they will have a 2-seat version available so you can take your friends flying. By the way, Bob is a retired rocket scientist, and he's also very much into gliding. And tonight, during the flight, he'll not be using any sort of navigational instruments, only the moon, the stars, and the runway lights to keep his position. We're standing by now for Bob Carlton in 4, 3, 2, 1.
For eons, mankind once feared the setting of the sun. For as the dreaded sunset neared, the evils of night would come. Creatures that roamed the forests and the hills hunted through the night. They huddled together, cold and chilled, and prayed for morning light. But just when all seemed black and dire, they made a tiny spark. With moss and wood coaxed into fire, man now ruled the dark. With dangers of the night at bay, they soon began to sing, accompanied by instruments of pipes and drums and strings. Now here we are to celebrate our victory o'er the night. All eyes turned toward the starlit sky with music, fire, and light.
We walked away before. There were too many storms we could not get through, but I still kept loving you. Now fate brought you back to me. This time I won't let you leave. I'm holding on to you forever. I'm never letting go. The time I spent away from you was time that made me see I need to live my life with you. I need you here with me, and it will take a strong, strong wind to take me from your arms again, to take me from your side. It will take a strong, strong wind to pull away this heart of mine, make us break apart this time. It will take a strong, strong wind. Hearts sometimes lose their way, but they find their way back someday to the arms they need. And I need you like the air I breathe. The time I spent away from you was time lost in the rain. I meant to live my life with you. That's something nothing can change. It would take a strong, strong wind to take me from your arms again, to take me from your side. It would take a
That's right. Let's hear it for Bob Carlton. With added pyrotechnics from Mother Nature. Of course, Bob is pleased to be sponsored by Sonex Aircraft LLC, located right here at Whitman Regional Airport. His engine is from the PBS Czech Republic, developers of the TJ100 turbojet that powers the SubSonex. His avionics come from MGL Avionics and other support from M&M Fabrication, makers of custom aviation support equipment. Bob and his wife Lori live in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area with their two dogs, Ginger and Dewey, and Bob has been flying for more than 40 years. And again, let's hear it for Bob Carlton and the SubSonex. There is plenty more to come this evening. We're going to have the Patriot parachute team in just a moment diving on into Show Center, this time with some pyrotechnics. I want to remind you that GE Aviation is sponsoring the night air show. And also, we remind you that there is no smoking allowed on the EAA grounds, and this includes the use of e-cigarettes. Please, 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 airplanes and smoking simply do not mix. You are sitting next to an airplane full of aviation fuel, and that's not a good place to be smoking, all right? Also, if this actually happened on the Wednesday night air show, someone used the tail of an airplane to change their baby. You would want somebody changing a baby diaper on your car if it wasn't your child, so please have the same respect for the airplanes, and please don't touch the aircraft unless you have the owner's permission, okay? So there we've got the safety announcements out of the way. Dave Keim, tell us a little bit about what's coming up next.
I'll tell you what, Steve, we have an interesting update just a moment ago from Isaiah, one of the team members of the Patriot parachute team. What they're going to do is they said they're going to fly a man upside down in this drop. I don't know what he's talking about, but I guess we may see. Let's watch for that. They've also changed their music, but what they're going to do now is they're going to be coming down with pyrotechnics strapped to them, and as soon as we see those things light and they get their chutes out, we'll be playing music and we'll all just sit back and enjoy the Patriot parachute team. Again, these guys are veteran-owned and operated, signed on the dotted line to serve and protect our country. They continue to serve by performing exciting shows around the nation, inspiring our next generation of patriots and raising awareness for veterans' causes, including transitioning staff after active duty. They've also been cleared to operate out of military aircraft from the United States Air Force, United States Navy, and the United States Marine Corps. I just heard the call from the aircraft in 30 seconds to drop. We see them right overhead. You can see their position lights. Now let's watch when they get out of there and open those canopies. They will fire off the pyro, and their night show will begin. If you recall, they opened the show not that long ago by flying down the American flag. A quick repack, another flight to 6,000 feet, and the Patriots will be on the deck again very shortly. So while we're waiting, y'all having fun yet? Come on, are y'all having fun yet? It's going to get better. It just keeps building to the crescendo at the end. We're watching with you and waiting. And we're hearing jumpers away. There we go. The pyro is lit. The Patriot parachute team is headed into the house. think we see now what they mean about flying a man upside down. In that stack, somebody was actually upside down coming down. Absolutely incredible. They can hear you now, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the Patriot parachute team. And what a great job they've been doing for us here all week long and tonight. And the space station, I've been told, is moving across the sky. To the north, moving to the northeast. I can see it. Look to the left. And about, 20 degrees up, maybe a little more. It's whizzing right across the sky. So the International Space Station is joining us tonight. That's right. One more time for the Patriot parachute team, ladies and gentlemen. Great job, folks. And now that we've got them recovered, I think Mr. Clisham's going to tell you about an old-time friend of his, making lots of noise and lots of smoke. Danny, it's all yours, sir. Take it away.
All right, thank you. As the action continues, very soon we're going to get Gene Soucy into the air. Gene Soucy tonight will carry more pyro on his wingtips and other points of the aircraft than anybody else in the air, and it will become very evident very quickly. Gene Soucy will light up the nighttime sky, and his sponsor, Piedmont Airlines, will light up your career, because, man, have they got an offer for you. Not only career opportunities, but money to go with it. Gene Soucy is in the air now. He'd like to thank his sponsor, Tulsa Aircraft Engines, Airflow Performance, Champion Aerospace, Sandia Aerospace, ICOM Radios. And by the way, those special effects off to your right in front of you are provided by Piedmont Airlines and Gene Soucy as just an added attraction to his extravaganza. Gene is Mr. Piedmont. Piedmont Airlines, a flow-through airlines to American Airlines. To learn more, just go to piedmontairlines.jobs.net. Piedmont Airlines, exceptional aviators and major opportunities. Piedmont Airlines, we're on the move. Let's go together. Piedmont Airlines, an American Airlines Group company.
plans unravel in the sand. What would you wish for if you had one chance? So airplane, sorry I'm late. I'm on my way, so don't close that gate. If I don't make that, then I switch my flight, and I'll be right back at it by the end of the night.
That airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars. I can really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I can really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now.
Yeah.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I can really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I can really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now.
Girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on 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 fire.
Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow, and when it's time, you know you just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go, as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go, you're gonna leave 'em all Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. It's always been inside of you, you. And now it's time to let it through. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go, as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go, you're gonna leave 'em all in Even brighter than the moon.
Reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, Gene Soucy is brought to you by Piedmont Airlines. They want to talk to you tomorrow at the Career and Education Center. Yeah, big round of applause for Gene and Piedmont Airlines. See them at booth number 20, Charlie 23 and Charlie 24. If you can't do that, PiedmontAirlines.jobs.net. They need and want captains and first officers and flight technicians and stewardesses and all other disciplines. Is an American flow-through company. What could be better? They've got the money. You've got the opportunities, and thank you, Piedmont Airlines, for presenting Gene Soucy. Now we're going to change the pace a little bit as we get ready to present something. Daddy, yeah, Daddy. Courtesy Younkin Airshows, Magic at Moonlight, courtesy of Tulsa Aircraft Engines, Hardy Aviation Insurance, Fagan Incorporated, Quality Aircraft Accessories, ACF 50, Aircraft Lubricants, Acorn, that is, welding for aircraft exhaust systems, Champion Aerospace. All right, we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Now, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Matt Younkin's Night Aerobatic Spectacular in the Beech 18. What you're about to witness is a performance that has completely redefined the pinnacle of night airshow entertainment. Direct your attention now to Airshow Center as Spaceship Elephant's miraculous journey to the moon and beyond. Twin Beech F. Twin Beech After Dark. Took a year and a half to perfect, and with the diligent help and support of Wheelan Aerospace Technologies, has been transformed from imagination to reality. For dozens of years, Beech 18s crisscrossed the country at all hours of the night, carrying airmail, freight, film, car parts, and other boxes and bags through all and any kind of weather conditions. Not going was not an option for countless flyers, many of whom are in the audience tonight. Matt would like to dedicate this performance to our active duty military members, veterans, and all of the salty old pilots who are out there who cut their teeth on these fantastic airplanes. Now, stay tuned for the arrival of the aircraft affectionately referred to as Magic by Moonlight.
Level 1. Medium G loading, medium disorientation. You may begin. Level 1 complete. Level 2, high G loading, high risk of disorientation. You may begin. Level 2 complete. Level 3, maximum G loading, maximum risk of disorientation. You may begin. Warning. My sensors are indicating a power surge within the grid. At this level of energy depletion, you may not be able to maintain this level of illumination for long. Mark, you have failed to complete level 3. My sensors indicate that you have depleted your energy cells to below acceptable limits. In order to regenerate your profile, we must project a mass source of photonic light towards your position. My scanners indicates we have several thousand organic entities in close proximity with their personal communication devices. Those devices are equipped with such photonic light capabilities, and I suggest we solicit their assistance immediately and have them point their lights skyward towards your location. For maximum effect, I need all organic entities within a close proximity to energize the photonic lights on your communication devices at this time. To re-energize Mark's profile, place them skyward with a mild waving motion from left to right. Mark, I believe it's beginning to work. I'm sensing an increased level in your electron activity. Show your capacitors have once again reached 100% and are now able to continue with level 3 at this time. Congratulations, Mark. Level 3 complete. Now welcome to Level 4. I'm currently sensing your opponent is near. However, due to programming upgrades, this game must now save and exit. You can plan to continue where we left off next year. Tonight's performance was performed by the Twin Tigers Aerobatic team, a TigerAirshows.com production.
Let's hear it for Mark Novashilsky and tonight's performance by the Twin Tigers Aerobatic team. What a display! And the team, the newest recipients of the Bill Barber Award for Showmanship, one of the highest honors in the airshow industry, honored here at AirVenture each and every year. It has indeed been a great pleasure to fly for you tonight, and on behalf of the team and myself, Luke Carrico, thank you and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Luke. And we have Redline Airshows coming up in just a moment. Again, a reminder, stick around. The finale is coming up just a few moments after Redline finishes their performance this evening. Again, our airshow is brought to you by GE Aviation. We thank them for sponsoring the night airshow. And thanks to all of you for lighting up your phones and giving the airplane the power it needs to make it through. All right. Redline is now getting set, checking in. You're going to see two Vans RV-8s. They're two-seat tandem aircraft, flown by Ken Reeder, he's the flight lead, and Sean Rossner, he's the wingman. And they'll be performing their night aerobatic routine for you. And as soon as we get them set, we'll roll the music and hear and see the Redline team.
AirVenture Night Show fans, good evening. The Hartzell Propeller Company, built on honor since 1917. Pilot House Wealth Management, Executive Flight Training, and Byerly Aviation of Peoria, Illinois are proud to present from Cincinnati, Ohio, Ken Reeder and Sean Rossner in their Vans RV-8s. Let's welcome Redline.
There's always room in life for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Redline Airshows. Ken and Sean will recover. Coming for landing with that thunderstorm in the background, adding a little excitement to the evening. I know there are a whole bunch of people out there in the audience who are watching those thunderstorms on their phones. They're going to stay well south to us. So as soon as we get Ken and Sean down, we'll continue on with our ninth air show, brought to you by GE Aviation. All right, folks, as they roll out on landing, light up those cell phones once again and wave to Ken and Sean. Let them know how much you appreciate their performance this evening. There you go. All right, folks. This is what you've been waiting for. GE Aviation, our night air show sponsor, is proud to help present tonight's finale. So keep your eyes peeled toward the runway. I promise you, if you were not here Wednesday night, you are going to see things that are going to amaze you. Ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's finale, presented by DTG Pyrotechnics.
Good evening, EAA. This is Dion Deal from DTG Pyrotechnics and Special Effects. I'm here with my lovely daughter, Alana. Say hi, Alana.
Hi, everyone.
To celebrate 5 decades of EAA AirVenture being hosted right here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, we have decided our music theme for this year should be the decades. Let's dust off the old 8-track and get this show going. It's going to be hot.
70s.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time just like me. They long to be close to you.
Dad, that is so lame. This is EAA. You gotta pump it up. Here, try something like this.
Well, I told you you'd see something you've never seen before. All right, as you can figure, we might have had just a little bit of a glitch. So we're going to do exactly what all of us do when this happens. And what is that? We hit Control, Alt, Delete. We reboot the computer, say some choice words, and let it come back from the blue screen of death. I think I heard someone say a file 404. Trust me, there's no one who wants this fireworks show to come off than Dion and his crew. So I'm sure they're working very hard to get things reset. So we'll just stand by. Well, we just got a standby call, so that's encouraging. All right, we're definitely getting closer. So, once again, stand by. Fireworks are coming back. Well, it seems one system isn't talking to the other one, so Dion is having a conversation with his machines. And while he does, just stand by. We'll make this happen. And if nothing else, we've got a great light show in the sky provided by Mother Nature. We can always try recharging the system by going to level 3 by lighting up all your cell phones again. Maybe that'll help. Dion will be able to see. Go ahead, light them up. We'll see if we can get it brighter down here than it is up in the sky in the lightning.
So lame. This is EAA. You gotta pump it up. Here, try something like this.
80s. '90s.
Could stay awake just to hear you breathing. Watch you smile while you are sleeping, while you're far away and dreaming. I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever. Every moment spent with you is a moment I treasure.
Dad, that was cute, but can we do something from after the year I was born?
2000s.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door? Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for Mom and Dad for sticking two together, cause we don't know how. You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it till there's nothing at all. We get together, oh, we get together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. If what they say is nothing is forever, then what makes love the exception? So why yo, are we so in denial when we know we're not happy here?
2010.
I'm on a fire that could burn me clean. Light the sky with my black-eyed dreams, and let my soul fly, and let my soul fly. I'm on a fire burn down the door. Let the room my ember soul, and let my soul fly, and let my soul fly. Let go. Let go. I believe you're the fire that could burn me clean. I believe you're the fire that could burn me clean. I believe you're the fire that could burn me clean. I believe you're the fire that could burn me clean. I believe you're the fire that could burn me clean. I believe you're the fire that could burn me clean. I believe you're the fire that could burn me clean. I believe you're the fire that
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you finish a night air show. What do you think? All right, our fireworks brought to you by Dion Deal and the DTG Pyrotechnics team. The Wall of Fire from the Commemorative Air Force's Tora Bomb Squad. They've been doing pyro all week long. Gordon Webb, the shooter in charge there. And the special effects brought to you by the Fireball Dudes. Let's hear it one more time for our Night Air Show Spectacular.
You know, as Dennis Dunbar called it, that is a done deal right there.
It certainly is.
Great show.
Well, folks, as you are heading back to the campsite, the parking lots, wherever you are going, we're going to turn the field lights on for you so you can see where you're going. But please, please, please be very careful, especially for those of you who are in the aircraft parking areas. Don't want to run into any wings or wingtips or pitot tubes. Trust me, it doesn't feel good. But please take your time getting back to the campground. If you're going back to the campground or you're driving through the campground, remember it is relatively dark out there. So be on the lookout. There are going to be a lot of folks walking back either to the parking lots or the campground. So please, please, please be very careful. And do us a big favor. If you could pick up any trash that you might have had around, even if it's not yours, we appreciate it, because I'll tell you what, we have a crew of volunteers who will be out here at first light trying to make everything ready for our Sunday crowd who's coming in. So if you are heading home this weekend, you're heading home tomorrow morning, back to reality, as it were, we'll have a safe trip. But otherwise, y'all come back and join us here on the Flatline tomorrow morning. And we've got an air show for you starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, plus the show